All right, I gotta record it this way because there's no other way I can figure out getting the audio and like pausing at the same time. So you'll have to deal with it. It's not that bad. Uh, anyway, this is called the 7-Eleven. It's $11 buy-in. They call it 7-Eleven because your buy-in is 7,100. Um, so slightly weird, but there you go. I was gonna raise pre-flop. Let me pause. I was gonna raise pre-flop, but El Piero did. Um, and then obviously you see the flop here with three clubs. Excuse me, and we have zero of them. Um, so my initial thought is we definitely do have the best hand, and to probably just rip it. Um, to deny someone on a club draw, but knowing these people on this website, no one's going to fold a flush draw. Um, but I mean, if that's the case, like whatever, we're getting our money in good with significant odds that they won't hit. Um, so yeah, that's my initial thought. I'll unpause it. Yeah, and you can see I acted pretty quick. L bet, um, which honestly I'm happy with because then I like ripping over the top of it because um, then if he folds, I just got an additional 2,000. Um, and I'm not, I don't mean, again, if they have a club and they're on a draw, there's nothing I can do about it. You get your money in good, so overall, currently happy. Surprised to see another caller, honestly, but again, people on this site. I'm assuming poker's on a draw and L has something good, is the thought. I'll pause it because sometimes it goes away quick. So L and I split because we have the same hand. Crazy to see that none of us have a single club, and that poker princess, her call is just unbelievably bad. Because in no world is she ahead, and she also has no draw to be ahead with having no club. So like, it's possible with the race pre, like, it's just either L or I definitely have ace queen, king queen, even queen jack. So there's just no way that poker princess is gonna win that hand. So that was terrible by her. But I'll take a split. That's fine. I like winning hands and not getting eliminated. Shocking. Hot take. Ace four pre. It's nice in the big blind. All right. No one raises, so we're pretty happy with that, obviously. I check it, since obviously that completely whiffed me. It checks around. Um, I just feel like taking a weak stab at it with the duo checks. Get one fold, that works for me. He just calls, I'll pause it here. So he just calls, and I'm thinking, what would he just call with? Um, so I kind of actually think that he might be on a diamond draw. With a diamond obviously coming on the river, I'm not super pumped about. But then he checks, and I'm like, I don't know. He checked three times, so I literally just can't help myself to bet. He does do a min raise, but I think it's pretty obvious that, well, he at least has ace high beat. Um, I don't know if he has a nine. I don't know if he has a seven. I don't actually care. I thought he might be on a flush draw, but either way, whatever he has wins. So that was, I'll give him credit. That was a good check on the river. And I regret my inability to not bluff there, but whatever. It wasn't that much. Seven, eight. I'll see a flop with it if I can. With everyone limping, which is like terrible playing. But sometimes you can see some stuff for free, so I'll take it when I can with these players. Just me casually acting like I'm better. What's new? Big fan of the flop hot take again. And it's awesome because we're acting last, so it can just, someone bets to us, we can just call and then hopefully they just keep firing off. So no reason to raise because we obviously don't want to scare them away. And then now, I mean, there's 2 flush draws, so we'll see what they do. So if I'm betting 3,000, me just going all in is just, it's just another 3,000 back. So that's why I'm thinking right decision is just to go all in here. It's to either A, stop flush draws, and B, I do think I'd probably get called unless they're bluffing. So that's why we just send it back over the top. While we're waiting, I'm like, okay, cool. Probably doesn't have a 7. Maybe he does. And gotta pause it because it happens quick. Even on replay, just so fucking painful. So he had the 2-7. So we were massively ahead. And he hit a 3 outer to literally eliminate me. So we would have had 19K. Probably would have been hovering around at least top 5. And yeah, I mean, even like I don't expect other people to play good, but like honestly, if he so I'm so upset. It's like an hour later. He could fold that because what am I raising all in with? I obviously have a 7. Therefore, I can obviously beat 2-7 with the better kicker. But whatever. I'm not mad that he called. I'm mad that the fucking 2 hit on the river. Still, wow. The tilt is still there. You can just re-enter. So I'm like, gotta create more content for Dave. So re-enter. Again, start at 7,100, $11 buy-in. Looks like we're already below 5. Pretty cool start. Oh shit, I might have deleted one. Oh, if I deleted a hand, I'll find it and re-add it. This isn't a high quality YouTube video. Ace King, which I'm happy to see, obviously. See, this is why it's a bad game. Yes, I read a book, and the book says like you won't always have like 4 people seeing a flop. If you do consistently, like it's low caliber. That's how I should phrase it. Anyway, I raise pre as I should, 3 big blinds. Like I don't want 3 callers with any hand. I honestly I don't care. Obviously this flop kind of sucks. Like it's cool to maybe have a straight draw with hopefully hitting a queen, but like I just assume because these people call like they probably do have ace jack, ace 10, maybe ace queen too, but one of them probably has me beat. I mean, let's just be honest. Um, but I'm also I'm also still fairly tilted at the time. So it checks to me, and I'm like, the only way I can win this is to bet, but I don't necessarily want to. They bet 1,000, and I'm like, I do have plenty of outs, so I can at least call off for one more. Obviously, that doesn't yet help me, but then I thought A, tilted, B, that 10 could actually be a super good card for me. Because if they have ace jack, they could think that I would call the flop with a 10, and now that I hit the second 10 on the turn, they're dead. Also, I could have called with a flush draw, which I just hit. So I just hit my trips or I just hit my flush, which is why then I rip it over. Plus I know if like, you know, in fact, like if they do have ace jack, honestly, I don't expect them to fold because people just don't fold in this game, at least like, this isn't the World Series of Poker. But like even if I do get called, at least I probably have an out with maybe an ace or a king or a queen. But obviously, I think it's a really good bluff. But I just don't know if bluffs usually just don't get through in this with these players. Is basically what I'm trying to say. But I just sitting over here sweating in my chair. And I did not suck out. They called. I'm not mad they called. I think it still was a really good bluff. Um, I I I don't know. A better player might be able to find a fold, but like I said, I mean, it wasn't that much more. I don't blame them. And then I get to read where I don't know if I cut it. I think I'll get their comment. Basically, they were like, "That's the best call I've ever made." Yep, and I'm like, "Cool." I'm so glad that they found the best call ever against me. Again, need more content for Dave, so we're firing our third bullet. Um, so hopefully we last longer in the tournament. Apparently, I'm already down to 4K, which is awesome. Just really from blinds, no real hands. Otherwise, I would have showed it. This one's pretty easy. Like I have Ace King. There's what is that? 5, 6 callers trying to see a flop. Generally, when that's the case, like everyone just has mediocre hands or maybe mid hands, as the kids would say. So just ripping over the top's easy, and in theory, everyone should fold because obviously they don't have a good enough hand to call an all in. Obviously, amazing foreshadowing by me. I'm just gonna pause it real quick. That guy, you see, he's got a little note. The note I have on him is basically saying he's an idiot and he calls anything, so that actually checks out. Just gonna pause the flop. So we both missed the flop, which is fine. You see I'm 87% because we basically have him dead. He only needs a 7. I, I can't even express how bad of a call A7 is because there's no world in which we don't have an ace in a higher card or like aces, kings, queens. It's awful. And now we have him dead. Oh, that was a really good run out. So if we could run into that person more, golden. Or if we could just not lose to 7-2 with the 2 coming on the river, we could be in, first place and not firing 3 bullets. But whatever. At least we moved on. Psych. Ace, queen in the big blind. Pretty garbage hand. But I like free flops when my hand sucks, so this works for me. Solid flop. See, that's why you raise pre, because then you get garbage hands like queen 6 to fold. But I don't know what these people have, so maybe I shouldn't judge. We check it, as you should always do. Maybe not always, but usually. And then we call, and we sit here praying that they have an ace. Check again, that 2 was perfect. He checks. With him checking, I'm probably like, he probably has nothing. But we bet the 2,400 because it's a little higher. Um, Thinking he might think it's a bluff, but yeah, I think even if I checked it back to him, he would have just checked because I think it's pretty obvious I only called with a queen or an ace. Ace Jack. Look at me at 2,000 or 20,000. Goddamn. Shows I'm currently 17th out of 54. Places paid is always wrong. It's a new site. It's actually not that new. New to me. Honestly, the bet might seem stupid. It is normal. Um, you raise pre-flop, then you raise on the flop. That's just how it goes. He calls, which is absolute pain. I don't honestly know. Like I I don't know. I don't know if I should call. I don't know because we're either both playing the board and we both have an ace and we split, um, or he has. I guess he could have a pocket pair at like fours and up. Um, I would say of all the hands I played, I don't know if I made the right decision. Um, I don't know. I would have to think more about it. I end up folding just because I don't know and I don't want to risk 6,000 more. Um, but I truly don't know if that was the right thing or not to do, which sucks, but whatever. I think when in doubt, fold. Oh yeah, I'm down to 10. There's something else that happened that fucking sucked. Um, yeah, yeah. It folds to me. It's pretty easy. It's just king queen's good, especially suited, and then I'll just rip all in just to win the big blind because that's the easiest way to play against someone that has way more chips than you. So I go ahead and full send and wait for them to fold, and then see the flop and see their hand, and got pretty tilted, and now I'm dead. And that was pretty fucking unlucky. Running into the worst possible hand would honestly be ace queen or ace king. It's literally the same difference where I only have one live out. Um, so I don't know. I think that was a good example of how to lose 3 different times in one tournament. So I think I need to add one hand because I accidentally deleted it, probably just to save my sanity, but I'll ruin it in another video that I have coming here in a minute.